Are we live?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Just that quick.
Okay, do y'all hear us? Are we live? I can't believe it.
Yeah,
8 o'clock on the dot, and we might actually be.
We might actually be in the room.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hello, everybody.
This is Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead. We're just waiting to see if we actually got up and got going here. The thing says,
It says we are.
It said we are. If it is, that's the fastest we ever had it happen.
We're on time for the first time in how long?
Oh.
I don't know. It's been a long, long time.
Mm.
We've got a lot of people already popped in. I couldn't tell you how many because I just run the chat back a little bit, checking it out, and there's quite a bit.
Yeah.
They're saying hi.
We're there.
They see us. Do you hear us? Do you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Okay, guys.
All right. They say they hear us, but now ain't nobody said they said they see us. Hello, Grizz.
No, it's Grizz 270.
I gotta listen to this amid first. To add first.
This ad, okay, yeah.
Oh, we had to listen to a ad.
Okay. Now that's crazy. This is a live stream, and you had to listen to an ad to get on it? Wow.
And let's address the ad thing for a minute.
Let's address the ad thing.
We got a lot of comments in the last, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, on a lot of our videos saying, good grief, y'all have too many ads. I'm unsubscribing. There's too many ads. Well, I didn't think much about it because I usually put 3 ads to a 15 to 20 minute video, because I can put one at the beginning, one at the end, and one in the middle. If it's a live stream, about every 12 to 15 minutes, I can put an ad in there. I could put more than that if I wanted to, but I don't. I went back and looked because we got so many comments, and I'm like, I can't believe that. YouTube, the video yesterday that I was putting up today had 10 ads in a, what was it, a 15-minute
video. Guys, and you have to understand, we put one at the beginning, one in the middle, and one at the end. We put 3. Anything else that's in that video was not done by us. It was done by YouTube. And we don't have a clue unless we go back and actually try to watch the video ourselves or something like that. And lots of times we went back and we take them out and then YouTube puts them right back. Yeah. So I'm sorry, we have no control over that.
Now, I do like to make money.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But I don't like to watch videos that have a lot of ads either. So I didn't want to have you guys do it. But I can't control what YouTube does on our videos.
Right.
All I could do was demonetize and not make any money, which is not an option for us.
It's not an option. It's not an option for us. Everybody else is saying, yes, they had to watch an ad before they come on here.
And they're saying we're buffering really bad.
Well, other people said we were doing fine.
Wow. Well, just time I say something now. It's been green the whole time, and now it's flashing green, red, yellow, green, red, yellow. So who knows?
Well, there's no excuse. The weather's not bad.
Yep.
With the exception of just heat.
A lot of people saying they had to watch an ad.
Yeah.
So nice that you use the letters King in the kitchen. Yes, Amy sent those to us probably 4 years ago, maybe at Christmas.
When Dirt Patch and they were here, wasn't it?
It was the year Dirt Patch Heaven was here.
Yeah.
Whatever year that was. I think it was 2017.
I think so.
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Guys, we thought about a lot of projects when she sent them. And nothing just really came to mind, so Danny kind of took and put them up. We were looking at that, and I kept saying, what if I had somebody sketch it or draw something on it? I said, what if we had the name Deep South Homestead put up there or something? And Danny walked around the kitchen for a while, and he goes, I don't know. Something will come to me. It was 3 or 4 days later, he walked in the house, and he was almost in tears. And when he
Yeah.
told me I was almost in tears, he said, I remember those letters that Amy sent, and I knew exactly where they were at. And he went and got them, and he laid them out on the counter, and I said, that's it. It's perfect. So.
Yeah. Now, I don't know. Everybody's talking about the ads, going like, I hope you get paid for them. Well, I don't know. I mean,
we don't really know because it's hard to say. We could do a video and get 3 ads in it and have 10,000 people watch and might make $10. We could do the same type video, might have 10,000 people watch and have 1 ad and make $15. You don't know with YouTube because it's according to what type of ad it is and how much the advertiser's paying. So we don't have a clue with any ads.
Well, anyway, that's not why we're on here tonight. Okay, we're not on here to talk about ads. We're on here to talk about the second wave. Or, are you ready for the second wave? And let's just start being honest about it. There's going to be a second wave. It's already been predetermined that it's going to be here. If it was not predetermined, then the government would not go ahead and be making all of these bold predictions and all this kind of stuff. So they've manufactured it where...
And a lot of plans.
A lot of planning's gone into this and everything. So there will be a second wave. Okay, we already know that. It's not because it might happen. It's been planned to happen. I mean, it's going to happen. And, what do we do?
Mm-hmm.
Is what we have to ask ourselves. Eagle Lover has a question here. Danny, do Cherokee tan blossoms come from the base of the leaves? Yes, they come right where the leaf stem comes out. They come out. They stand. The male stands up about that tall. The female is right on the end of the little pumpkin. Okay.
Let me mention something before we get started. This Homestead DIY with L&T. We had a $5 super chat before we even started, guys. So we want to thank Homestead
DIY with L&T. I know T stands for Teresa. I went over and looked at the channel. They got a lot of raised beds, a lot of container gardening.
He just forgot what the L was for.
Got some chickens, and but now they are being quarantined, what I understand, because they've been exposed to COVID. So I don't know a lot about them yet. I just had to do a quick look at the channel. I ran down through about 15 videos and did a quick assessment of them. Seemed like a pretty decent channel, so y'all can check them out if you want. Now, some of our subscribers are already over there because I recognized the comments. I recognize the people in the comments.
Blue 1010 says, "Will we please say hello to Chris?" Hey, Chris.
Hello, Chris. How are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Because if you live anywhere where it's hot, it is hot, hot. I mean, today it was...
I eat marshmallows, guys, so I don't be crunching all over the place.
Today it was 106 here, the heat index. Tomorrow will be 110, they're predicting. So we're under a heat advisory. But anyway, this second wave that's coming in has already been pre-planned, so we might as well face the facts. We're going to have to go through it. Supposedly the COVID cases are going wacko. Lots of people are being exposed to it. Lots of people are coming down ill and sick. Wanda and I, we haven't seen anybody where we live at who actually has a problem.
Several of them are saying about the mask. Our governor, that they're calling Tater, if that gives you any indication what they think about it. His name is
Tate Reeves, and his nickname has become Tater.
Because he just bounces. He says one thing and turns around and does another within 24 to 48 hours. So he's constantly changing his mind on what he's doing. But he has ordered mask mandatory in 13 or 14
counties. Yeah.
The hardest hit. Then there's another 5 or 6 counties that have already made mandatory masks if you're shopping or in any buildings in the cities. Places like Hattiesburg and down on the coast, some of those cities and things like that have already made them mandatory. The guy doing our pond is our supervisor, so I asked him when he was here, I said, hey, look, what's going on with Wiggins? Since you have a kind of an in here, I said, they're going to make mask mandatory. He said, we won't enforce it. So unless they're made to, hopefully they won't just, but there are places that are asking for some things. So
Jason said, how do I know when to pick okra? It depends on you. If you're looking for boiling okra, you need to pick it when it's about 2 inches long. If you're looking for frying okra, cut it up to about 3 to 4 inches long. Just once it gets hard, you'll be able to take a knife and stick it through the base of it. If it's hard to cut into it, it's too old, throw it away. Okay. Yeah. But now the second phase of this, guys, is taking on a lot of there's a lot of stuff going into this. First of all, it's going to be up to you, because first of all, how prepared are you for this second wave?
Thank you, Midwest Mini.
Yes, thank you, Midwest Mini. How prepared are you for the second wave? Because when the second wave comes in, then you're going to, the second wave is going to be way worse than the first one was. The first one, the stores were still stocked. We had plenty of time to go get stuff and all this. When the second wave comes in, we're not going to be so lucky. And along with the second wave, now you're going to see this coming up pretty soon. You're going to find out about the COVID passports. Now, the COVID passports is going to be, I'm not going to go into a lot of depth about this right now. I've been spending about the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks looking into this. It's a system where you'll have an app on your phone where you'll have to go once a month. If I'm understanding all the details I've read about it right, you'll have to go once a month to a doctor. You'll have to have a deep nasal swab way up into your head up in here. And if you test negative, then your app on your phone will have a green light. And for the next 30 days, that light will turn from a green to a yellow, and then eventually the end result will be a red. And the reason for this is, if you go to a grocery store or any type of public building or anything like this, you'll have to have the app scanned on your phone before you go in. And if it's green, you'll be allowed to go in. If it's yellow, you'll probably be allowed to go in. But if it's red, you'll be turned around. They're talking about grocery stores, public buildings, anything like that. And then at the end of 30 days, you'll have to be responsible to go back to a doctor again, have a deep nasal swab, and be checked again. The expense will be upon you. It's usually around $80 to $85, I think they said, per nasal swab. So, guys, I don't know how long it's going to be for this. First of all, this is going to start off as being, what are you doing?
Danny's laughing at me because I messed up. I'm trying to bring this back up. There we go.
First of all, you will, they're asking people to they're just doing this on a volunteer basis first. And then once they figure out how to actually enforce it, then it will probably become mandatory if COVID goes the way they're expecting it to go. Now,
thank you, Jason, for the.
Yes, Jason, thank you for that. We answered his question. He gives. I saw that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know how far this is going to actually end up going. I do know that be prepared come September this year to October, November. Be prepared. In those 3 months, something major will more than likely happen. So be prepared. Have food. Have everything you need now. A lot of
it may have to do with elections.
It's all about the elections. They're going to do something before the election, I can tell you.
And this coin shortage, we saw a lot of information on it. Now, here in our county, they have not said anything about the coin shortage.
Now, let me talk. But we went to the bank.
The bank did.
And we talked to the tellers. The tellers told us, oh, no, we don't have no problem with corn shortages. As we was leaving the bank, the lady who orders the money for the bank caught us.
She said, come here.
And she said, come here just a minute. So we came over to the side. She said, I heard y'all asking the question. She says, yes, we do have a problem getting coins. She said, when we order our money each week for the bank, they will only allow us so much coinage per week for the bank. She said, so to answer y'all's question, yes, there is a shortage of well, she didn't say a shortage.
They can't
she
order
said,
the amount they
we can't order the amount of coins that we need for the bank, is what she said.
Yeah. And another thing, we saw the state of Mississippi. Well, actually the whole United States, but anyway, it was on a state of Mississippi thing. If you walk into a store and you buy, say, $45 worth of gas, and you hand them a $100 bill, it is legal tender in the United States. It is legal to pay your bills with a $100 bill if you want to. If they refuse to take that $100 bill for your $45 worth of gas, then you are considered free and clear. You can walk out of there and they can't charge you because you tried to pay your bill.
Yeah, any store that tells you they will not take cash is illegal, because it is legal tender in the United States for a debt to be paid, and it doesn't matter what size bill you have. If they turn you down, technically the debt is paid in full.
Now, are you going to get away with it? There's going to be a lot of craziness.
There's probably going to be a lot of craziness goes on because of it, but I'm just looking at it from a legal aspect because of what the people we've talked to, the things that our representatives have told us and stuff like that.
It really is legal.
You cannot be turned down if you have cash.
And there's places are starting all over the place not to take coins, or won't give you coins back. I saw something that said in a Walmart, they could, if you went to a cashier cannot give you change back. But if you go to self-serve, you check yourself out, you can get your cash back because you're using a machine. And I thought that was so odd. I don't know what the deal is, but
okay, let's talk about the coin shortage for just a minute. There actually is not a coin shortage. Okay? What's coming down the pipe to us is that when COVID-19 at its worst moment from, March to June, when everything went really, really bad, there were not very many people going to the stores. Nobody was shopping. So therefore, nobody was bringing in coins. Nobody was ordering. The stores were not ordering more coins because they weren't getting out as many. And when that happened, it's kind of like the federal government and the military. You're only allowed so many rounds of ammunition. If you don't use those rounds of ammunition, then the next month they take them off of your quota. So the coinage has become a lot like that.
It's not that we don't have it.
It's not that we don't have it. The mint just isn't minting anymore because no more was being used.
And it broke the system right quick, and they got to fix it.
There was a disruption in the system is what basically happened.
And that's what happened with the food. It wasn't that we were out of food. It's that everybody bought up what was allotted Walmart for that period of time. They had to wait till it was sent to them again. If everybody went into Walmart tomorrow and spent $200, everybody that's listening to us went in and spent $200 on their Walmart, there'd be a lot of Walmarts probably go crazy.
Yeah.
If there was enough people in our town that did that, say 20 people, our Walmart shut down for a while. They'd have to.
Prairie Girl says, Wanda, you're like Larry with those marshmallows.
I didn't eat any supper.
Yeah, she hadn't ate yet.
And I knew y'all didn't need to hear me crunching, so the marshmallows are the easy way to eat something.
Oh. Yeah, there's, guys, the new wave that's coming, and it's going to happen. You can just rest assured the powers to be are going to make sure that it happens, whether it's real or whether it's not real. It's going to be totally frustrating to those of us who only go to town once in a while. I've not wore a mask yet. I don't even own a mask.
I own one that two families sent me, and I stuck it in my purse. It's a candy corn mask, and I stuck it in my purse just in case that somebody started throwing a temper tantrum, and I absolutely had to have something to go in, which has not happened yet.
It hasn't happened yet. And I told her, I said, if they force me to wear a mask, I'm probably going to buy one like I used to use when I rode dirt bikes. One of the metal screen ones that I can still breathe through, but yet it's a mask. And I'm going to see if they'll let me pass with that. You know, because if they will, then it's really not about stopping the germs. It's more about complying.
And I saw this sign. There's a store, I believe it's in Hattiesburg, which is about 30 minutes from us, a big town. It was a convenience store sign. The convenience store owner and the employees did not want people wearing a mask into their store, because usually when somebody comes in with a mask, they're
going to rob you. Yeah.
So the sign on their door said, "Please do not wear a mask in our store." And it explained why. Said, "We would rather see your faces when you walk in the door," because they were definitely worried about the opposite effect.
Yeah.
The robberies and stuff.
And the question's being asked by who is it there? I kept Lucy. Says, what should we be prepping? Lucy, that is different for everybody. Sweetheart, whatever you or your family or whoever's with you, or if you're by yourself or whatever you use the most and cannot do without. Paper towels, toilet paper, dishwashing liquid, soap to wash your clothes with. If you're on a municipal water system, some bottled water maybe.
A way to
vinegar, a way to clean water purification tablets, a way to brush your teeth, a way to to razors to shave with,
some way to have
keep your hygiene up.
Well, what I was going with was a way to doctor yourself.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a doctor, so I'm not trying to give advice. But something for headaches, something for stomach aches, simple cuts.
Yeah.
Bandages,
Band-Aids, mineral oil, alcohol,
peroxide,
yes.
Any of those, Neosporin. We have a supply of essential oils.
Right.
If you have a book so that you can look and see what you need, they may be handy for you. Lots of people we have herbs growing around.
Yes.
So people ask us all the time, what do I do with my herbs? I don't do anything with them. They just grow. I do not take my herbs on a regular basis. They're just out there. I've got yarrow. It's a good wound care. Dana and I ain't had a wound, so I don't use it, but it's there if I need it. What's another example when we have? Blackberry is the root.
The root of a blackberry, the bark of certain trees. We got willow trees.
But the root of the blackberry is good for the stomach.
Dana
and I don't have that much. He has more of a problem.
I have more of a problem. We got ginger. We got turmeric. There's all these things. Garlics. Onions.
We have it here.
We have all this kind of stuff, guys. The next thing is going to be you're going to need any kind of food, Lucy. Any kind of food that you're going to want to eat.
Yes, practice water purification now.
Yes.
Learn how to do it before you have to do it.
Make sure you have the food that you can eat and it doesn't bother you. If you have food allergies, if you have, like me, I'm gluten intolerant. We have to have stuff here that I can eat that doesn't bother me with gluten issues. I have a problem with a racing heart. All this kind of stuff. I have lots of disabilities that I have. I just don't talk about them. I've been broke all to pieces. Every bone in my body's just about been broke. I've got pins in my legs. I've got pins in my ankles. I got wire in my shoulders. You can see through my shirt here. My collarbones all stick out because they've been broken all to pieces and I put back together crooked. You see me sitting here. This shoulder here is an inch higher than this shoulder here. They put me back together that way. I can't change that now. So I have lots of issues going on with me that I have to make sure I have the stuff that I need. Wanda has problems. I mean, we have to make sure we have things here that meet our needs. Like, if we get sick, we have broth already canned. We, we have chicken.
Canned soup here, 2 weeks ago?
We have vegetable soup canned.
Just in case.
We in our holler down here below us, we have elderberries, which are ripe right now. Every year they just fall off the tree. But they're there if we need them. So,
another thing, if you have a way to cook propane, if you have the bottles, we have wood galore, so we can cook with wood. We also have a rocket stove, which you can cook with sticks.
Look, I encourage anybody. I don't care who you are. The silver fire rocket stove with the dragon pot. Now, it's an expensive investment. I will say that. But I promise you, in a grid down situation, all you've got to have is little pieces of stick about this long. 15 to 20 sticks will cook a meal.
It'll heat something up or boil something.
It'll boil water in 8 to 10 minutes. I mean, it is worth the investment. We have a link on My Patriot Supply. Now, I'm not trying to sell this to you. I'm just telling you, we have one. We have used it, and it works.
It's not on My Patriot Supply. That is silverfire.us.
No, I'm sorry. That is silverfire.us. That's right.
We are not an affiliate with
We're
Silverfire.
We're not an affiliate with them.
We did do a few videos, and we'll do more if it cools off where I can cook.
The My Patriot Supply is the water purification system.
Yes,
Alexa Pure. Yes.
And any if you do not
survival
have a way,
foods.
Survival foods.
Yeah, I mean those are things that we have here on stock ourselves. We purchase them. We have a link. What's it called? Water with Deep South.
Waterwithdeepsouth.com.
Okay.
Yes.
So I mean, the rocket stove has been a lifesaver for Wanda and I. Lots of evenings when we go to the cabin, we're off grid. And we don't, if we go, we check our gas bottle and I go, oh man, I'm out of gas in the gas bottle. Wanda goes, don't worry about it. We break out the rocket stove, limbs is fell in the yard over there. We just break up some sticks out of limbs, start a little fire in it, bam, within 10 minutes, our meal's rocking and rolling.
What do we think about a sun oven? Well, we don't have one.
I don't have a sun oven, but I do believe they would be really good.
Here where we're at, it's hot and sunny most of the time, so I think you could use it. Some areas may not have enough sun, but here in Mississippi, I'm pretty sure a sun oven would be great. I think Amanda has one, right?
Yeah.
And she uses hers off and on. But Heidi had one when she was here. She cooked us some potatoes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long day.
So yeah, rocket stove would. Sun oven would work.
Sun oven definitely, I think, is worth the investment too. Now you have to understand about a sun oven. You have to be patient. It doesn't cook it real fast. It's a planned meal. You have to start in the morning, and you get it at dinner.
At lunch or in the afternoon. And you have to be vigilant with it. If you're one of those that likes to throw something together last minute,
no,
the sun oven is not for you. If you're one of those that gets up in the morning, plans your supper, fixes it, and you have to turn that oven off and on during the day, you've got to be vigilant. Going off grid is not for somebody that does not like work. Just going to tell you right now, the rocket stove, you have to be sitting there, you have to feed the sticks to it, and cook your meal. You can put 2 or 3 sticks and walk off for 5 minutes or so, but you can't be gone for very long. You better be back sticking it, or it's going to start cooling off. So cooking off grid is something that you have to plan, and you have to be good at it, and you need to start ahead of time figuring out.
Yeah, so we're just trying to, guys, we know this is coming. We have inside information about a lot of stuff that's fixing to happen. And I feel like that I need to warn you guys. I mean, if I'm wrong, you can tell me I'm wrong. And I don't have a problem with that. As a matter of fact, I pray that I'm wrong. But I'm going to tell you, when September rolls around, not September, October and November. September, October, and November rolls around. You can expect things to start going sour. And after November, things are going to really get tough.
Lily Dragonfly wants to know if we would sell her a couple of elderberry slips. Can you even get to that bush right now?
That bush, I can get to it.
But I mean, I don't know if it would have slips on it.
I would have to try to root something before I even got rid of it because it probably wouldn't make it in shipping as hot as it is.
No. It would probably have to be something. And right now, to be honest with y'all, we are trying our best not to start something else. We have so many projects that we
do. We've got to complete something.
We've got to get things completed. And if
Yeah.
I have not answered emails or messages on Facebook and all this stuff, I've been trying my hardest to keep up with stuff. But if I do not get in touch with you, or I don't get your feelings hurt, please, because we are busting it all day long, every day, between a bunch of projects. And I'm doing good to get a video up. And I'm going to just tell y'all right now, next week is going to be all pond videos except for porch time. And then I have one special video that I got to apologize and eat crow on. And I ain't telling them what it is.
Yeah, you don't tell them. Miss Wanda's got to eat some crow this week.
Got to eat crow.
Yep.
I was so adamantly right, but I was so definitely wrong.
Yeah.
So
it's funny. I'm not going to say anymore because I don't want to ruin it. Okay. So the question was asked in there. Somebody asked, said, how do we get inside information, guys?
People send us information all day long.
We have information sent to us from people
everywhere.
Everywhere in the United States. I mean, literally,
and
our email stays blowed up with information, and we have to go through it and figure out
weed out
what's legitimate, what's not legitimate, stuff like that. And also we have very close friends that are really deep inside all this stuff. Now, I'm going to give you a little inside information. Adapt 2030 David is a dear friend of ours. David and us, we talk back and forth on a regular basis.
He's fixing to do
David is fixing to put up a video about the COVID passport. I'm not going to try to steal any thunder from David because David has done a fantastic job. I know a lot about what he's fixing to do, but I'm going to wait and let David put the video up because he is really put a lot of effort into this video. So y'all, keep your eye on Adapt 2030. David is fixing to put up some fantastic stuff. I mean, we work with David behind the scenes with some different things, and he's a fantastic guy. I promise you, he knows a lot about what he's talking about, and I think that he's
and
genuine.
Adapt 2030. If y'all will check him out, I think you would stay pretty well caught up current if you can keep up with his channel. The other one is
Christian with Ice Age Farmer. We contact with Christian. Christian's a great guy.
See a lot by watching their videos. It will help keep you in the know on some things.
Yeah.
There's two people that we do trust.
That's two people we trust right there is Christian and David.
And the other one, what is Diamond? Oppenheimer Ranch?
Oppenheimer Ranch, Diamond.
Okay, these three guys behind the scenes, their channels may be telling you a lot, but behind the scenes, all three of these are definitely, they're starting to do things. They're growing their own food. They're learning how to grow in different aspects and different things. And a lot of people are, when they put up videos, I know Oppenheimer, I've been watching his. He would, as long as he's kind of controversial and he's throwing out the information, people are watching him. If he puts up anything to do with him growing, everybody tunes him out. I mean, that's wrong. Yeah. They should be watching what he's doing and help and learning.
Lucy, I did get a chance to view the pastor. Well, I didn't actually. I listened to it while Wanda looked at it. Mm-hmm. I think that he's pretty spot on because I've had some of the same, not necessarily dreams, but I've had some of the same visions that he's had dreams for.
Yeah. How do you feel about QAnon? Whatever, I'm not sure.
QAnon.
Yeah. I don't know how to say that.
I don't think this is the time for me to talk about QAnon.
I was going to say no, probably not.
That's something that I'll have to do in a Porch Time or over on Patreon.
Yeah. Yes, David
Yes,
is an
David
advocate.
Dubine. David is an advocate for greenhouses also. We've been helping work with David on some greenhouses. I think he's fixing to put up some videos if he hadn't already done it.
Yeah. So these guys they are watching the world. David has been a businessman in the world. He knows what he's talking about. He's not just reading a script.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Somebody went by and said, Danny, I found I think it said 4 acres. Is that too small? It depends on what you plan on doing with it. If you're just raising food, no, it's fine. But if you plan on having animals, you need to have 10 acres for a minimum.
Saltine Cracker said we should consider homestead tours to raise money for the homestead. Deep South is shut down.
Deep South is shut down. The doors are shut. The gates are shut. There's not going to be any more view, no more all that.
We don't. We're not doing those. We did that for a long time.
We've done it for a while.
Probably about 4 years now. We've been doing a lot of tours. We've had a lot of people come. Probably more than any other YouTube channel out there, except for maybe Joel Salton.
Yeah, maybe Joel Salton's probably done more.
But we have had a variety of people over the years come here to learn from us. We've showed them things. They visited us. We've just had a lot. We're shut down till we can get some projects underway.
Yeah.
COVID's over, whatever. We just think now's the best time to stay shut down here at Deep South and just get our stuff together. We need to function more on our stuff.
Bill David's page is Adapt 2030. A lot of questions has gone by, guys, and I can't keep up with all of them. So I apologize for that. I'm trying to remember some of the questions. But it's not worth it to me because they just keep coming through. You have to repost.
Yeah, repost any questions.
I'm
not even sure if we've got.
Cinder says, I have 1 acre. Is it fine for chickens and gardening? Yes, 1 acre is fine for chickens and gardening, but you've got to garden intensely. Now, I have a porch time coming up this Tuesday.
I hadn't even listened to it yet.
That deals with homesteading, some of the myths about homesteading, some of the facts about growing stuff, fertilizers, organic versus non-organic, all that stuff.
I don't know if we have any of our.
What are you looking for? Our moderators are in there.
I hadn't seen a moderator, so I'm not sure. They were here. Adapt 2030 is the name. I'm just not sure, guys. Y'all will have to.
It says warning: YouTube is not receiving enough data to stream.
Yeah, it's been bouncing.
You're gonna see Gemini's there. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, they're there.
All right. So, Gemini, can you pick up Adapt 2030's channel and post a link so they can just click it, please? I think. I thought I saw them a while ago, but then I didn't see any of them, so I didn't know if we had anybody.
I mean, you have to understand we're going into this year starts the solar cycle 25.
This one's been asked several times.
What do I do if tomato leaves?
Well, add that one in what pear variety?
What is my pear tree varieties? We have 2 or 3 of them. We have sand pears, we have kefir pears, we have moonglow pears. We have 1 pear we don't know what it is.
Now the leaves turning yellow was the other.
The leaves turning yellow on tomatoes could be a number of things. It could be a nitrogen deficiency. It could be a blight. If they start from the bottom and come up, it's probably a blight. But if they're just all turning yellow, it's probably a nitrogen deficiency, which is probably going to just prune the yellow leaves off of your tomatoes and leave the green ones and see how it works.
Homesteading isn't free or cheap. No.
No. Everybody thinks that they're going to just quit their job and go off and start a farm and homestead with no money. Do not do that because you will fail. Homesteading is expensive.
Hello, Lisa, active agent. I hope you're doing well.
Danny, pre, mid, or post-tribulation? Jared, I am mid-tribulation, Jared. I thought me and you had talked about that. I'm a mid-tribulation.
Gemini, none of your links nothing's showing up with you right now. Post another link. Let me see. Now, Broussard's did when they posted it. I saw Broussard's, but I'm not seeing any links from you, Gemini. I don't know. YouTube's probably messing with something today.
How do you spell Oppenheimer? It ain't Oppenheimer Farm. It's Oppenheimer Ranch.
I think you've got
it spelled right.
pretty close. Anyway, it's pretty close, but maybe they can pick Oppenheimer and Ice Age Farmer and Adapt.
Coin shortage here. Any suggestions on prepping? Small bills. Always keep as many small bills on hand as you can.
Terry says they love the cookbook. Thank you. Y'all, the cookbook. Y'all have
hold
done
on.
What? I got the cookbook up there somewhere. The cookbook is done fantastic.
You need to tell them about the cookbook.
Yes. The first batch I ordered sold out in a week. So I had to reorder, and they haven't sent them yet. So I hope to have them soon. Anybody that's ordered in the last week and hadn't gotten a book, you won't get it till I get them in. So it might be 2 weeks or better, maybe even 3 if they drag around. But they were really fast the first time, so I'm hoping that they'll be in this week. If you're looking for the cookbook, From Garden to Pantry to Table in the Deep South Kitchen, it is on Etsy, deepsouthhomestead.etsy.com. You can also send a check or money order to Wanda King at P.O. Box 462, Wiggins, Mississippi 39577. Right?
For Wiggins.
Yeah. That way, if you don't want to pay the extra charges in Etsy, some people don't like that, so you know.
Okay, we got a few pictures here, guys. I want to jump on right quick. I want to show y'all some of our things. Now,
go to that.
Which one? I'm just going to start at the bottom and go up.
Yeah.
Okay. We got the Sunflower Showdown going on. Let me see which one this is. This is the one in the greenhouse. It is 72 inches tall, which is 6 foot. Now,
and it's only less than 2 months old.
It's less than 2 months old. It's already got a flower started on top of it, so we're excited about that.
It's working in the greenhouse.
Now, also going on in the greenhouse, we are actively getting ready for the second phase. Now, this is one of the things that we're talking about with the second phase, is providing enough food for yourself. We've been asked the question, can a greenhouse provide enough food for us if something goes wrong? You see here, you see the peppers. We're picking these almost every other day like this. Guys, one of the things I'm talking about on my porch time is pushing my plants.
ABC XYZ, send me an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com about your cookbook, because it's possible that something could have happened, and I'll check the tracking numbers. Anybody that did not get a cookbook and you've ordered them, if it hadn't been in the last week, let me know at Deep South Homestead and let me check it, because I have the tracking numbers, and give me your name, because I wouldn't know unless I have a name. So when you send the email, give me your name, and if you send it by mail, PayPal, or Etsy, because I was taking money by PayPal, but now I'm doing just Etsy and through the mail.
Okay. Sinclair, I'm going to go ahead and just call him Sinclair.
Yeah,
Lexan is okay for a greenhouse if you've got a way to ventilate it. You've got to have fans. You've got to have ventilation, because if you don't, it will be so hot in there, because we've got one out here with polycarbonate that's only good in the winter months. It is no good for us in the summer months.
Now, I have a few things, if you go back and watch the tour the last couple of days, in that greenhouse that is working, but it is extremely hot in there.
Southern Frog says, are all your peppers in the greenhouse? Yes, all of our peppers are in the greenhouse. We don't have any peppers outside the green. Well, we have a couple in the garden,
at the cabin,
but they don't do anything close to what the ones in the greenhouse do. Okay, this is the sunflower inside the greenhouse. It has finally opened up, and
it's not a huge, and that's a mammoth.
That's a mammoth, but I think we got in a little late in the year for it. I think it just didn't get
It just didn't get huge, but it is getting tall.
It's gotten tall, it's gone fast. Okay, now this is probably yours.
Yes.
This is Miss Wanda's sunflower. He shows me out here measuring it. Now, let's look at another This sunflower
It
is
is
actually 120 inches tall.
128.
128 inches tall. So it's a 10-foot, 8-inch sunflower for the Sunflower Showdown, for those who actually see it. So, guys, sunflowers can grow extremely huge here at Deep South Homestead. Now, I noticed in the comments while I was sitting here looking at this, someone said they had a greenhouse that got holes knocked in it from hail. Now they have plenty of airflow.
One way to look at it.
Yeah. Everybody's talking about Curtis Stone. Curtis Stone did a video with Christian from Ice Age Farmer, and he has now gotten lots of good videos up about the Grand Solar Minimum. He's finally got on board. We're glad about that. Let's see here. Let's take one. We got a couple more pictures to look at, and then we'll be through with the pictures here. Now, guys, a lot of y'all have Danny, the pastor you mentioned earlier. Who is he? What was his name? Do you remember?
The one I listened to?
Yeah, one you listened to.
It wasn't like Cornerstone or I don't know for sure. Somebody sent me the link.
Jennifer, well, as soon as we get off, we'll get off of here. You and Mr. Donnie, when we get off of here, we'll try to see if we can't get the link to you all, so that you can watch it.
What did you feed the sunflower?
The sunflower gets Dr. Earth's Bloom and Grow fertilized, plus it gets Dr. Earth's liquid phosphorus, and they do. So it's good. Somebody says, what's the price for the cookbook so they can send you a money order?
Oh,
it depends.
$25 for the cookbook. If you're in the United States, $25 covers the shipping. It's $20 for the cookbook, $5 to ship. Because some places it won't be as much as it is. Other places I just rounded it off to $5, and I'm sorry about that, but it's easier than me trying to say, okay, you owe me $250, you owe me $560.
Is it Dana from Cornerstone?
Yeah, Dana
Cornerstone.
Coverstone,
however you say it.
That may be it. Yeah, Dana Coverstone. That's it. Thank you. Yeah.
Is the pond done? Okay. Somebody's going to ask a question. Okay. We're going to show. No, it's not finished. We still got another couple of days to go on it. But I want to give you some pictures of the pond. Y'all going to get some preview pictures of the pond. Next week is going to be all about the pond, and we're going to see, here we go. I don't know which one's first, but let's,
I don't remember. Oh,
okay.
This was this morning.
This is this morning. Yesterday afternoon, we started digging into one end of the pond. I told him I wanted to go a little bit deeper, and when he dug into it, he hit the main water stream in the ground. I anticipated that it was pretty close right there. He hit this water stream, and the hole started immediately filling up with the water, and this morning, but it actually was crystal clear this morning, but he's started digging in it, and since he has, it's getting kind of a milky look to it.
Yeah, it's kind of milky this afternoon, but it was clear this morning.
As soon as he started digging in there and he hit that water, I was like, yes, I knew that spring was there. So now, this is what we're looking at. We're at this point with the pond. That was taken this afternoon. We're, what are we, 2.5 days into it?
Yes.
Okay, we're
The spillway's done, not finished, but we have a way to go from one side to the other on the spillway.
Dam.
Well, dam.
Spillway is different than a dam.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the core. Okay, you got me off track. This is the core of the dam that is sitting here. We've still got to raise it another 3 feet with the topsoil and stuff like that before we'll actually be through with it. And you'll notice in front of me, the part in front of me is already filling up with water from underground springs. So the pond will be spring fed. We know that much already. And we got one more picture here. We're going to get off of this one, and we're going to look at this one. This is a view looking down the pond. Now, the cliff that you're looking at here is about 25 foot down to that water from where I'm standing. So this end of the pond is going to be extremely deep. And with the far distance you're seeing down there, I know it looks like it's in a shade, but that's the dam way at the other end down there, and we still got a lot of digging out to do before we actually have the pond completely finished.
And you can see on this end, Lance has already put stumps over in there for the fish habitat. He's already started throwing some of those in.
Yeah.
So that we will have somewhere for the fish to hide and things like that. And so we've got a lot of plans. We just got to get the pond built first. Then we're going to work on the pier.
We're going to work on our dock and our pier system to go in it.
And then from there we will, when it finally gets to the point where we can put fish in it, it'll have fish later. Somebody was asking about...
Somebody asked what kind of fish we was going to put in it. I saw that. We're going to be putting, right now, in this pond, I use that word, this pond, we're going to be putting bass and brim and flathead minnows in this one.
Yeah, we're starting to buffer really bad.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing in there is going like a Christmas lights on it. So.
Do we have bad weather coming in?
No.
Okay, I'm not sure why, guys.
I don't know why. Steve, yes, we're going to stock it with fish. As soon as we get it full of water and we know that it's full and everything is good to go, we get it limed, fertilized, everything taken care of, we're going to do with it, we're going to put the fish in it.
Are we playing? Grizz gators. I was looking online and I almost ordered yesterday. It looks like a gator head, and then it's a chain, and then it has a hump, and then it's a chain, and it's the tail, so that when it's floating on the water, it looks like a gator floating around. I just couldn't see paying about 70 or 80 bucks for that thing.
No.
I come this close because Danny's got a birthday coming up, and when I saw it, I said that would be so cool to have a gator floating around in our pond. But the reason we're doing the pond, a lot of reasons, but it's our anniversary.
It's our anniversary.
Next
Sunday. Next Sunday is our
Sunday week is our anniversary. We'll be married 7 years. He knows I keep numbers go out the window.
Yeah.
So 7 years we've been married next Sunday, and that's supposed to be our anniversary present. Plus, his birthday is the 24th.
Yeah.
Got it right.
Yep.
I got it right. Plus, is there anything else? We've had all kinds of stuff going on. So it'll be kind of like an anniversary birthday present for him, because I'm not sure if he's getting anything else. Maybe I might.
I don't need nothing else. I don't really need anything, to be honest with you, except good health.
Yes, we are putting catfish in it. You forgot the catfish.
Yeah, I will put some catfish in there. Yeah.
We are going to put a few.
Yeah, we'll put a few catfish in there. Yeah.
So that, and we really feel like if we don't do this now, things are rapidly, like this second wave coming in. It's almost like you feel like there's a second wave, not necessarily of COVID, there's a second wave of evilness headed this way, and it's worse than the first round of evil. So, Danny,
Fishes, Loaves, and Life says, Danny, what are you setting aside for fertilizers if you can't get off your property for any? We are actively trying our best right now to stock up on fertilizer, as a matter of fact, and we are trying to get it where we'll have our soil amended to the point where we don't have to really have as much as we normally do.
And two, the pond is going to be a source for fish water in the future, which it will be nice. And somebody asked, what size pond is it? Do you really have any idea?
I don't know yet, because pond is measured in water acres, and I don't know how many water acres of pond I have here until he actually finishes it and we see how big it's actually going to be. Now, I laid out how big with the transit I wanted it, but I went back and enlarged it a little bit later, so I'm not sure yet. What do I think about cover crops? Cover crops are great. I believe that they're beneficial as long as you have a way to chop them and drop them and turn them in.
Jay Russell, if you're asking where we're from, we are in Wiggins, Mississippi. He said he's in Collins. Some of his family is
Collins,
in
Petal, and Seminary. I'm very familiar with all those places.
And my kids are right smack in the area in Sumrall.
Christy says, are you going to line the pond with gunite? No, we don't have any reason to line it with anything. We've got pure black soil there that'll hold everything. Clay, it should work perfect.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it's already holding water, so we don't have to add anything. Rice's Organic World, $3. Thank you so much.
Planting 14 3-foot apple trees next week in Ohio. Any fertilizer or mulch? Do need to do anything?
The first thing, when you plant a tree, it depends on if it's bare root or if it's in a pot. If it's in a pot, you can put a little time release fertilizer around the hole before you put it in there. But if it's bare root, I don't really advise putting anything in a hole because they need to go hunt it needs to make roots to go hunt. I call it going grocery shopping. The roots need to go grocery shopping and need to go look for their food.
Do we have plenty of worms to fish with?
Oh, yeah.
Danny's found plenty of worms in the woods under stuff. Plus, we have a catawba tree.
Yeah.
And we hope to have more planted by the pond, right?
I'm trying to root some catawba trees now, so hopefully that will be successful.
Do we have preps for animals? Now, that's another one that very few people ever talk about is preps for their animals.
Yeah.
We're not too worried because we have cows and chickens.
That's all we've got.
We're down. We're down to all the animals. Thank you, Lila.
Lila.
We only have cows and chickens. Both of them can survive on grass, weeds, whatever. One reason we're doing the pond is so we don't have to worry about water for the cows. The chickens could free range. We could let them out and let them go do their thing.
Yep.
And we're good. The cows pretty much free range anyways, within limits of our fences.
That's our goal right now, is for everything to free range.
Yeah, but not free range where my gardens
Not where the gardens are, but everything is to free range.
But now if you have animals, you do need to prep what you're going to have for a while because, okay, it shut down for 3 months, and if you couldn't go here, we could still go buy stuff.
We could buy anything we wanted here. Nothing here really changed. Nothing changed.
We go to the feed store every week, do what we need to do. If we had not been able to go to the feed store at all, we would have had to free range.
Do we have melatonin trees? No.
I don't know what that is.
We don't have any of them.
Oh, yes, Gemini. Putting the catawba worms in cornmeal and freeze them. My daddy used to do that when we were kids. And Mom would open the freezer and there's those worms laying on top. It'd make her so mad. She's like, you have to do that.
They will turn black on you once you freeze them.
Yeah, but you can still use them.
You can still use them. Now, I cut mine in half and turn them inside outwards. It seems to work better when I do that. Yeah, you chop them in half, stick them on a hook, and when you roll them over the hook, they turn inside outwards, and you can't hardly get that off of the hook. Their old skin's so tough, and I'm telling you, you catch several fish on one piece of a worm.
Yo, I got to learn a lot about fishing.
You got a lot to learn about fishing. This old boy here has had to survive many a time on fish, so.
All I knew is you stick the little fishy worm in.
Nope.
And pitch it.
Nope.
There's more to it than that.
There's more to it than that.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
You're talking to a guy who used to be a professional fisherman, so I can tell you.
What is the minimum acreage to grow hogs?
Oh, for hogs, it depends on if you free range them. You can take 1 acre and raise 2 or 3 hogs easy on an acre.
Can you put hogs in with cows and the hogs eat the corn and the cows poop it?
No, you can. What you have to do is you have to run the cows through a field, take them out, put the pigs in the field. Take the pigs out, put the cows in. You have to swap them back and forth. Do not run them together.
RB says his or her aunt lives in Wiggins. Katie says our Walmart has essentially sold out of tools, fertilizer, and most plants. They decided to order a ton of Boston ferns, 4 in the Midwest in July. They are killing them at 98 degrees in full sun.
Guys, my porch time coming this week is going to be a very essential porch time for survival. So, and it deals with things like what she's talking about at Walmart and everything. So, make sure you check out Porch Time this week.
Hey, VW Farms. Danny's been watching, what were they digging? Potatoes?
Potatoes.
Potatoes.
Yeah,
while he's watching.
Yeah, Andrea had to have a bee suit on to dig her potatoes.
Really? You didn't tell me that.
Well, I mean, I figure you want to watch it, yeah.
No, I don't watch. I listen while he's watching, and he listens while I watch stuff. So we got Wanda skinning a catfish. I don't know about that.
I'll teach her how. I'll teach her how.
I have skinned. Is it brim? Pull the skin off the well, no, the scales.
Scales. You scaled them. Yeah.
The brim. I'll get it right. I can't see who it's running so fast, but somebody said something about putting a worm on a hook. Can you tell me where to get a sun oven? Doug and Stacy.
Just check out Off Grid, Doug and Stacy, their channel. They have them.
It should be in the description of their channel.
Linda Ennis says hugs from Crossville, Tennessee.
Yes, ma'am. This is a lady we met.
We met her at the conference.
The Amish store. As we were coming out, she was coming in. I will never forget that girl. Never. Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah, that was really neat. Danny, what brand of fertilizer do you use? I don't actually know what brand it is. We just get it here at our local feed store. It's just called Triple 13. We use Triple 13. Some things I use 8-24-24. Some things I use 00-33. It depends on what I'm doing. Some things I use calcium nitrate. It just depends on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it as to which one I use.
Yeah. And then he uses the Dr. Bloom's. This year, we have started using this Dr. Bloom's.
Dr. Earth.
Or Dr. Earth's
Grow and Bloom.
That's what it is. Dr. Earth.
Liquid phosphorus.
And he really believes in that now. We have not used it up until this year, and I think we'll be investing in more of that because he really likes that stuff.
Susan, Leeway, do you always wait till potato leaves die back to harvest? Yes, I use it. If I can, I like to let mine stay in the ground a week after the whole plant dies. But if not, then I'll harvest them as soon as the leaves turn yellow and start dying.
Country Homestead Preacher says, sadly, I'm learning why you stocked up on canning jars. She can't find any, but she stocked up on lids. Well, our local hardware store was really good to order, so we managed to keep buying up. Even though we had a supply, we bought more. VW Farm says, we are so ready to dig the sweet potatoes to see how they turn out. A good test of patience. You ain't had them in the ground long enough.
You need at least 125 days.
What they had? 45 maybe? You got a while.
You got a while. And the thing about sweet potatoes is, I want to dig around mine so bad, but I know that, I got to wait.
Ours are beautiful.
Ours are beautiful. I mean, literally,
they are covering 2 fields. We have one field here at the house that's half the size as the other one, and we probably have about 500 or 600 or more slips out.
Oh,
500 to 600 or more, and y'all, they're beautiful. This is the first year that they've been that pretty in a couple of years, probably, because last year was horrible.
Yeah.
Do you think the internet will be shut down? Probably not. They need it too badly. They will limit what you can do.
Now, they may try to control the internet, and they may try to monitor it, but there will always be some form of internet because the government just needs it because of AI.
Risey's Organic says that her husband's from Vicksburg, and he tells her she don't bait the hook right, but she's from Boston.
Oh,
no. No such thing as organic triple 13.
No, they don't make, there's no such thing. That's Porch Time is about that this week. Watch Porch Time this week.
He'll give it away if he keeps talking.
If I keep talking, I'll give it away. So we're just going, there's a lot coming up about fertilizers. Old Danny boy here was very hard-headed, and it took a long time for me to learn a hard lesson.
Yeah. So, let's see. He'll explain all that in Porch Time, so we're going to get off the fertilizer now.
Yeah.
Lehman's. I don't know if Lehman's has a sun oven. I think that's what they're asking, but I don't think so. The only way I mean, you could probably Google sun ovens, but I do know Off Grid with Doug and Stacy has it in their description, you could go there and just click on it and go straight to it. But
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably Google some of it. What is a sweet potato slip? Oh.
Well, you've never grown sweet potatoes if you don't know what a slip is. A slip is where you put a sweet potato in the dirt. Do not put it in a jar of water. Put it in the dirt, and the little potato plants will grow up off the sweet potato. And what you do is you underground, you break them off at the potato because they'll be covered up in roots. And you take that, that's called a slip. You take that and plant it in the ground, that will grow sweet potatoes. The ones growing on the potato will not because it's feeding off of the potato.
Have you fished at Eagle Lake around Vicksburg?
I don't think I have.
I think they're asking her husband, but I mean, whatever. I'm asking you if you've ever been there. Have we ever tried micro broccoli and kale? No. We just grow regular.
We just grow regular. We don't do anything micro.
Yeah. Oh, I put lemons for canning jars. Okay.
Okay. Jan says, I can't get triple 13 here. I use triple 10. Yeah, it depends on where you live at, what state and everything, because some places it's illegal to purchase some things in some states. There's different places in Florida it's illegal to purchase phosphorus. I mean, for what reason in the world, I don't know, but I've had subscribers tell me that it's illegal for them to purchase it there.
Hello, Sean in Alaska.
So you have to, just whatever works where you're at.
Yeah. We got our ABC says they got their sun oven through Doug and Stacy's link, and I saw somebody posted sunoven.com, I believe is how you could find it. Some of the Dollar Generals have jars.
Yeah, our Walmart had we was in there one time in 4 months, I think. We saw a few pint jars. Now, we turned our local hardware store onto the fact several months ago that there's going to be a shortage on jars, and they ordered literally pallets on top of pallets on top of pallets of jars, and they've had plenty of jars for people. We've sent a lot of people to our local hardware store. Do we grow Jerusalem artichokes? No, we do not want them. They're very invasive. We don't eat them anyway, so we do not want them.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Grow what you eat.
Yeah.
Don't grow just because it's cute and because Baker's Creek or somebody has a cute picture on the thing and you say, oh, this is cute. People go through the catalog looking at the pictures and order seeds based on how cute they are and how unusual. Don't do that. If your family has never eaten it and you don't think you'll eat it or you don't know, buy something you know you'll eat that will sustain you and do the best. Choose 5 things and grow those 5 well.
Homestead Paradise. Danny, why should you not grow sweet potatoes in a jar? If you want to wait forever for a slip, that's up to you. You're not going to get very many if you do that. If you grow them in the ground, you'll get about 15 to 20 times more slips than you will, and you'll get them faster, and they'll have more roots on them, and they'll be healthier, and you don't have to put up with a stinking jar of water. You know what I mean? So always grow them in the ground.
Somebody said something about the sweet potatoes. They didn't separate the slips from the potatoes. They buried the vines, and the feet are long. The vines are long.
Yeah.
Do they have time?
You just have to cut them loose from the potato.
Yeah. Hey, North Star Prepsteader. People are still popping in.
Yeah, it's about time for us to jump off here. We're past our time.
What will keep all winter? I guess they're asking about maybe pumpkin. I don't know. You have to re-ask the question so I know exactly. What is your preferred method to store turnips and parsnips?
We freeze them. We freeze them or can them. We don't do parsnips, period. We do turnips, but we mainly can our turnips.
Yeah, I usually can them because it's easier to open a jar and just dump it out. But if I'm in a really big hurry and don't want to can something, and I just have a little bit, I will put them in a bag and put them in the freezer.
The question was asked, when do we start our slips? We usually start them in the 1st of March and keep them covered up till it warms up really good, and then we'll plant them about the end of March.
One year we actually started them the end of January, 1st of February.
Yeah.
And we had slips really early that year.
Do they spray store-bought sweet potatoes with a root inhibitor? I don't think they do. Because I've actually bought sweet potatoes from the store and planted them and actually grew slips from them.
Yeah. And you answered when you start slips, so that was March. Are you going to put a fountain in the pond for aeration?
It depends. Right now we have a lot of underground seepage coming up and there's bubbles raising up everywhere. It depends on how the pond functions after the first 6 months. If it looks like it's not going to have enough oxygen in it, then we'll probably have to put some kind of aeration system in it. But if not, we'll probably just leave it alone if the health of it is good.
Do we sell Cherokee tan pumpkin seeds?
Yes.
Yes, on Etsy, but if it's out, I will have to put more because
they sell out so fast every time we put them on.
I put limited amounts up because Danny has to count them.
I'm the one who's got to package all that stuff, and I'll tell her put up 40 of them or 30 of them, and I'll go package that many up, and she'll say okay. And in 2 days she goes, we're sold out. I'm like, oh. I said, well, put up 30 more or 20 more, and I'll run in there and take care of it.
Yeah, and with the pond and everything, I haven't been able to keep up with everything like that as well. It's been a couple of days since I checked, but if there's none up, I'll try to put some up.
If you have enough of the stalk, what types of squash will keep whole in a cool place? Only winter squash, no summer squash. Most of your winter squash and pumpkins, if you cut the stems long on them, will last for a very long time.
Lucy wants to know, what are some of your gluten symptoms?
If I eat anything with gluten, I have an intense burning in my stomach and my intestines start cramping extremely bad. I start having bloat, gas, all these types of things.
Can you plant store-bought garlic in the fall? Organic garlic, yes.
Yes.
We did 1 year. We've bought some in town.
Yeah.
You can also, or used to could, I guess you still can, black-eyed peas, red beans, any of your beans like that and peas that are dried, you can plant those and raise something. Just saying, because we did that a couple of times.
How much sun a day does sweet potato slips need? They can go in full sun or 6 to 10 hours.
Is your friend the owl still around the house? Yes.
Yes, if I call him, he'll come back.
Now, we haven't slowed down long enough to pay attention to a lot of wildlife right now, but today I did watch a couple of spiders and tried to get them. They were 2 different type spiders. Danny noticed them trying to fight, and so by the time I finally got over and tried to video them, one was hiding from the other one, so I didn't really get the spiders fighting.
Sean in Alaska, I haven't done much in the smokehouse. The last thing I smoked was cheese.
And we're out.
And we just ran out of smoked cheese, so I was looking like in the very near future I'll probably be smoking some more cheese.
Yeah, because we got hooked on that.
Yeah.
It's really good, and once you've had smoked cheese and you bite into plain store-bought cheese that hadn't been smoked yet.
Yes.
Danny he's like, there's something wrong with our cheese.
Okay, guys, we got to jump off here. We done been 13 minutes over our time. So, we got a few people we wanted to pray for tonight.
What do you call winter squash now?
Winter squash are any of your things like
spaghetti
squashes or above ground sweet potato type squash, your acorn squash. I mean, any of your squashes that turn real hard on the outside. The Cherokee tan pumpkins, the Seminole pumpkins, any of your pumpkin family, all that stuff can overwinter very well.
If you don't have a root cellar, how do you store your winter squashes? They need to be in a darker place.
Just
keep them out of the sunlight.
Put a piece of plywood or something on the floor under your bed, or somewhere, in a basement or a dark closet or anything like that. Just store them in there.
Just keep them out of the light.
Put them on some shelves in the closet.
Check them regularly, because if you have one go bad, you want to know it. You don't want to put it somewhere and just forget about them.
Did the dog ever return? No.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, so I guess we're Ready? We want to mention.
We got a few people here we wanted to mention on the prayer list tonight.
All right, Eric from Life in Farmland. Jenna posted this week that he was approved for a kidney. He will be getting a live donor kidney, and she did not tell who the donor was because of privacy, but they will go in. She and Eric are quarantined because they have to be quarantined for so long before the surgery. The surgery is in August, so it's like 3 to 4 weeks off, and they're quarantining so nothing happens between now and then. And so we're praying that Eric in Life in Farmland gets the kidney, that it helps him, and then he needs a pancreas. That's the next step. He does need to have that. Andy from Backyard.
Andy from Backyard Farms.
He's home.
He's home. That's what I say. He's home. Boss of the Swamp is back home. He's out doing good.
Is there somebody else? No. There's somebody else. I just can't remember who. And
yeah, it aggravates us when we can't remember who asked us to keep them in our prayers. But we have a list of other people we pray for, but we just don't have it with us.
Yeah, and I jotted down a couple after when I sat down, and I can't remember. There's somebody in particular, and it just went way out left field.
Shirley says, pray for her son. He's been in the hospital. It's been serious. We can't see him due to the COVID. Guys.
Oh, now I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah. Prayers for Irma. Anyway, we're going to say our prayers. We got to jump off of here. We still got a few things to do tonight before we go lay our heads down and try to get a little rest for ourselves this week. Father, we come to you. We just want to tell you tonight, thank you for being so good to us this week and bringing us through another week. We all have physical issues a lot of times, but you have helped us to get through them, Father, and we want to praise you for that. Lots of people here tonight that need our prayers. Eric, a dear friend of ours from Eric Life in Farmland, him and Jenna. Eric's getting a kidney transplant pretty soon. We pray that all that goes well. And Lord, we got some people here tonight that we've just met, checking their channels out, that's been exposed to COVID. They're in quarantine. Father, we pray for them, that everything will go well for them. The ones that said they had son in the hospital, and all the other ones that's being mentioned here tonight that have all types of physical issues. Anyone that's in the hospital with COVID, we pray for them. And other types of physical illnesses, Lord, we do pray for them also. And we pray for our own health, Father, because we're not young anymore. We do face our own obstacles on a daily basis. So we continually pray for ourselves. And Lord, we pray for this situation in our country where they're going to try to force some vaccines on us, and they're going to try to force a lot of things on us. Father, I pray you give us the wisdom we need to be able to make wise decisions when the times come. And Lord, we just constantly pray for the leadership of our country, that they'll do what's right, and we'll be able to live with the consequences of it. Father, forgive the sins of our nation. There's people on here tonight that's looking for homesteads, and Father, we pray that you'll lead them to the right homestead. You'll give them deals, and let it happen quickly, Lord. People need to be preparing. They're looking for jars, lids, and food, fruit trees, and all this kind of stuff, Father. Soil. Lead every person to what they're looking for, Lord, and help them to be able to have it in abundance and be prepared for this second wave as it comes through now. So, Lord, go with us through the remainder of the night and help us to be able to rest good, to be able to rise tomorrow, to go about our daily business, and whatever our hands find to do, Father, may we be blessed in it, and may we be productive. We ask these things in thy name. Amen. Okay. All right.
I can't hardly read.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see here.
All right. So, guys, thank you for your patience with the... Oh, I know. There's one other thing. With the cookbooks, I was going to say with the cookbooks, thank you for the patience. I'll get them out as soon as they come in. If you have not received yours, or even if you haven't received anything from me that you were supposed to through Etsy, message me. I got a bunch off yesterday that were sweet potato manuals and English
tea,
P manuals
yeah.
and Cherokee tans. So they may not, you may not get those till next week. I am a few days behind because we had to wait on the printer to get through with his manuals. And so I'm getting it out with the pond going on and waiting on printers and now waiting on the cookbook. Just be patient. I will get them to you. The other thing is on Crazy Days, I did a video today on the Bear yogurt maker. They are giving one away, so go over and watch that video and comment if you would like a Bear yogurt maker. And somebody asked, did I like the yogurt? I've only made it twice. I'm eating on the yogurt that I made. It's not thick, so people have given me suggestions on how to thicken it up, and I'm going to try that. Somebody asked if I made it with almond milk, and I have not. I don't know if almond milk will work, so, you know, I don't know. I just had it a little over a week, 2 weeks maybe, and I just used it this week, so not sure.
Okay. All right, guys, we got to jump off of here. I got to try to see Miss Jennifer and Mr. Donnie. I got to see if I can find the link for them and get it to them as soon as we get off of here.
I think they know now because somebody told them the.
Oh, did they give them the name?
They gave them the name.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to. Okay.
So they should know, but I mean, if not, message me and we'll look it up right quick.
Yeah, we'll see if we can't get it to you. Ordered a book of medicines and foods from the wild, so now I'm looking for good deal. All right, guys, we're fixing to jump off of here in just a moment here. We will see y'all next